Hey everybody, it's your girl JLove81 and you're watching my boy, Alex Molina.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Alex Molina 93 here. Today is gonna be my top 10 games of 2019. Like I was saying in my previous video that the time flies so fast and we're now in a decade of 2020s. And for 2010s, there have been a lot of good games. And 2019, it has been a good year for gaming. I mean, for the most part for Nintendo, for Microsoft and Sony, not that much. I mean, not surprising really, because the next generation systems are going to come out this year. The Xbox Series X, weird name, and PlayStation 5. And I guess the Nintendo Switch can be considered 9th generation console. I mean, it came out in 2017 and we're now going to get newer systems for this year. We're going to talk about that later. But for this video, I want to show you my top 10 games of 2019. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Number 10, Crash Team Racing. I love the original Crash Team Racing on the PlayStation 1, and when I heard that they were doing a remaster for it, I was so excited because the original was great and I love kart racers in general. And from what I played, it was okay, it was faithful to the original, but the thing is, it could have been better than how it is right now, because for right now, we have those broken CPUs, which makes it the unfair difficulty, and they added microtransactions, which is not a good move for a classic game like this. How could you do this, Activision? And, I mean, outside of those, this game is very faithful to the original and it is so much fun. I just wish that Activision could fix this game so this game could be very enjoyable for everybody who loves kart racers and the original Crash Team Racing fans. I mean, I doubt it, but I wish it could be fixed. It is available for any system you want. Number 9, Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series, and I was hyping up for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out because it has been a long time we haven't got a main Kingdom Hearts title on the home console, and everybody was waiting for a sequel to come out, and we finally got it. From what I played, it is a good game, but it was soulless compared to Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 because we expected a lot more for this game. I mean, a lot of fans were kind of disappointed with this game and they were expecting a lot more in terms of story and gameplay and content. I mean, they just released the Remind DLC, which kind of makes up for it, I guess. But could I recommend this game? I mean, just wait for a cheaper price. I mean, for right now, I guess it is $40. And you could get the Remind DLC in a fair price. I mean, it is hard to recommend this game to anybody. It is available for PS4 and Xbox One. I mean, just wait for a price drop. I mean, it is a good game, nevertheless, don't get me wrong, but it could have been better than how it is right. Number 8, Super Mario Maker 2. The original Super Mario Maker on the Wii U, which is also available on the 3DS, lets you create your own 2D Mario levels however you want to, which is a great deal and a great fan service for Mario fans out there. And not only that, you could also share your own levels online and you could play the levels from the other people around the world. And Super Mario Maker was successful. Nintendo decided to bring their sequel to the Nintendo Switch, bringing some new features, more content, a new story mode, and also the other Mario style, which is based on Super Mario 3D World. I mean, that is fantastic. I mean, it has online play, but it gets very laggy, and I don't know why Nintendo doesn't bother themselves to fix the online play for everybody to enjoy. And there are a few missing features that could have been in this game. But other than that, Super Mario Maker 2 is a fantastic game, and I recommend it to anybody who hasn't played Super Mario Maker and who have the Nintendo Switch. This game is for you if you like to create your own levels and if you're a Mario fan as well. Number 7, Mortal Kombat 11. I'm not the biggest Mortal Kombat fan there is, but I had a lot of fun playing Mortal Kombat 11. I played the original Mortal Kombat games and I played 9. I've not played X yet, but I did enjoy Mortal Kombat 11 from what it offered. I like fighting games, and you know, Mortal Kombat 11, it is a lot of fun till this day, and you know, we're still gonna get more DLC fighters coming. We got Joker right now, and we got Terminator, and there are more DLC fighters on the way. And you know, this is very enjoyable for Mortal Kombat fans out there. While this is not as good as Mortal Kombat 9, at least in my opinion, but it is still very enjoyable, and I highly recommend you check this out for any system out there. And you know, I got the Switch version so I could get good fighting games on the Switch, and it plays well, but I think the other consoles run this game very well, and they look better on the Switch, obviously. But it is still enjoyable, no matter which platform you choose. It is still a good fighting game that you're gonna have a blast with it. And also if you're a Mortal Kombat fan as well. Number 6, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I always expect every mainline Zelda game made by Nintendo being very good games despite some of the flaws they have. Of course, I played the original Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, which is a very good game, and obviously I was expecting this remake to be very faithful and being just as good as the original counterpart. And from what I played, it is very good. I mean, obviously having the updated graphics being very gorgeous, the updated controls, and the remastered music, which sounds lovely, and also having some new features not present in the original. I mean, for the beginners, this is a very good Zelda game you could play. I mean, from what I've heard, that this is very underrated from the series. I mean, one of the most underrated Zelda games out there. And you know, I recommend you play this if you like action adventure games. I mean, this game will not offer that much, but you could play this game if you haven't played the original on the Game Boy. I mean, you should try it out. What are you waiting for? From what I've heard, that this is one of the most underrated Zelda games for the series, and it won't offer that much. It has some motion blur, and the frame rate doesn't respond perfectly, I mean very well in some areas. But other than that, it is a very good remake. You should check it out if you haven't played the original on the Game Boy. So what are you waiting for? Number 5, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm not the biggest Fire Emblem fan there is. I rarely get excited for Fire Emblem, and you know, from what I've played Three Houses, I was enjoying it. And in this game, you can choose any of those 3 groups having their own stories, and from what I've heard, that they have their own endings, which is very exciting. I mean, more replay value and more options. You play as a professor and you command those students. I mean, in this tactical RPG, I mean, like every Fire Emblem game there is, while having some new features added for this game. I mean, expanding and evolving the series. You know what I mean. But for Fire Emblem fans, you could have a blast playing this one. I mean, no matter which group you choose, I mean, that is okay. If you're wondering which group I picked, it's Edelgard, the Axe Wielder. It is what it is. Later on, I plan to play the other campaigns, but later on I'm playing the other games. But nevertheless, Fire Emblem Three Houses is a great game, and if you like tactical RPGs, and if you're a Fire Emblem fan, you could have a blast playing this one after all. Number 4, Luigi's Mansion 3. I love the original Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, which I thought it was very fun and very fresh for another Mario character to have its own series. It reminds me of Ghostbusters, but with Luigi. Capturing the ghost with a vacuum cleaner and exploring throughout the mansion. I thought it was a cool concept, but sadly it was very short. They made a sequel for the 3DS which expanded more than the first game, but it is mission structured and very linear. And they made Luigi's Mansion 3 for Nintendo Switch, and I thought it is the biggest improvement over these two games I mentioned. I mean, having this enormous hotel, having floors, having their own environments on every floor, I thought it was fantastic, a great idea, and having some new features for the puzzles and having those ghosts and bosses which are very cool. I mean, not all of them, but Luigi's Mansion 3, it is a lot of fun, and I thought Next Level Games did a great job with this game. They put more effort on this game compared to Dark Moon on the 3DS. Luigi's Mansion 3, it's a great game. I mean, for a niche series, it is the biggest improvement, and it is one of the best Nintendo Switch games there is. I mean, if you like Ghostbusters, I think you should check this game out. If you own a Nintendo Switch, and if you like Luigi's Mansion, if you want a better Luigi's Mansion game, this game is for you. It is a lot of fun, and I have no regrets whatsoever. Number 3, Astral Chain. Platinum Games is known for making action games, and they have made some good games like Bayonetta, Mad World, Vanquish, and some more. And this is obviously a brand new IP for the Nintendo Switch. It has a very cool concept where you play as one of these officers stopping the bad guys, and they use some of their weapons to stop those criminals. And not only that, you also summon these weird creatures known as legions, I believe. This game right here, it is a very cool action game. There is, I mean, for the library of Nintendo Switch, you should check this out if you like action games, action adventure games, or if you're looking for something fresh and new, this game is for you. And considering that Platinum Games has made some good games, you cannot go wrong with Astral Chain. I suggest you should check it out. This game is not a disappointment, and I can assure you that. Number 2, Resident Evil 2. I played the original Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 1, which I thought it was a great game, and we are expecting this remake to be very faithful and be an improvement over the original counterpart. See this as Resident Evil 1 treatment on the GameCube, which improves the original counterpart for the most part. And you know, Resident Evil 2 Remake, it is a great game. I mean, it improves the graphics, of course, and some of the stuff from the original. I mean, obviously you have a different camera view, but nevertheless, this is still the Resident Evil 2 you all knew and loved back then. And you know, for a Resident Evil game, you cannot go wrong with it. I mean, except for 5 and 6. But other than that, Resident Evil 2 Remake, it is a great game, and you're gonna have a blast playing it. I mean, it is available on the PS4, Xbox One, and maybe on PC as well. I mean, this game right here I'm having a blast, and I'm really glad that Capcom are kind of redeeming themselves as of late. And also, we're gonna have Resident Evil 3 Nemesis coming out this April. I mean, that is very shocking news. While we're waiting for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis to come out this April, at least we have Resident Evil 2 to have fun as of for right now. You won't regret it whatsoever. This time, for this video of top 10 games of 2019 for me, there are no honorable mentions because I only played 10 games throughout 2019. It wouldn't be fair to put honorable mentions of the other games that I haven't played already. Okay, I want to show you my game of the year of 2019 right now. Drums, please. Okay, my number one game of 2019 and also my game of the year, Devil May Cry 5. I thought Devil May Cry 5 is a great game from what I played throughout 2019, and you know, I cannot believe from what I played, and considering that I love Devil May Cry games on the PS2 and Devil May Cry 4 on the Xbox 360. From what I've heard, the DMC reboot wasn't that good, and I didn't bother myself to play it. And thank God they come out with a true sequel that Devil May Cry fans have been waiting for. And you know, I like hack and slash games as well, and I was expecting this game to be good. And really glad Capcom took in the right direction for the Devil May Cry franchise. You know, this game has very good story, good characters, great combats, and also great weapons. And you know, it has a good sense of humor. And you know, not only you play as Dante and Nero, you play as the other main character called V. I mean, weird name, but okay. And you know, those three having their own unique abilities and having their own stories, you know, which I thought it is a fantastic game and it is a lot of fun. I highly recommend to Devil May Cry fans to try it out on any platform, PS4, Xbox One, or PC. It doesn't matter. And that, my friends, Devil May Cry 5 is my game of the year of 2019. Wait, before we finish this video of top 10 games of 2019, I want to show you my game of the decade of 2010s. Drums, please. You're gonna hate me on this, but my game of the decade of 2010s is Star Fox Zero.
What? What the fuck?
Just kidding. This game is not my game of the decade of 2010s. No way. This game does not deserve to be a game of the decade. Okay, now I'm gonna show you my real game of the decade of 2010s. For real. Drums, please. Okay, my real game of the decade of 2010s, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Will you cut that out? No!
Considering that The Legend of Zelda is my favorite franchise in gaming, I was expecting to have a game that offers a lot more than having the same formula over and over again on every installment until Breath of the Wild came out. This game has inspiration of the first Zelda on the NES and also the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And I'm glad they managed to do that. That you have this Zelda game that lets you explore in this humongous open world wherever the places you want to go, nobody telling you where to go or what to do in order to progress the story. This game gives you more options. I mean, having more weapons, having more places to go, doing a lot of these crazy things you want to do on a Zelda game. And you know, I'm glad that Eiji Numa did manage to do that for a Zelda game like this. And the crazy thing is that we're gonna have a sequel coming out for the same system, the Nintendo Switch, who knows when. And you know, I'm glad that Zelda has expanded a lot more and has evolved a lot more than the previous titles. I mean, this game deserves to be recognized to be one of the best video games ever made. I mean, while not perfect in terms of story and having some of the flaws here and there, but other than that, Zelda Breath of the Wild is a great game, and it deserves to be one of the best games ever created. And that, my friends, I consider The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild my game of the decade of 2010s. So that is all my top 10 games of 2019 and also my game of the decade 2010s. And you know, let's see what 2020 has to offer for gaming. I mean, I cannot wait for Final Fantasy VII Remake, No More Heroes 3, Doom Eternal, Cyberpunk, Trials of Mana Remake, and what else we're gonna see in this 2020. And also, I'm curious what PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X have to offer for this year and years to come for this next generation to come out. We just have to wait and see. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos to come for you guys to enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up with a like button below, and comment in the section below which are your favorite games of 2019 and also your game of the decade of 2010s. It is your choice. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Peace. Just like that.